What's up, this is Attila, and today I'm gonna be talking about the chorus of Walk. This might sound and seem like something that is more of the easier side of playing Dimebag and Pantera riffs, but it cannot be further from the truth. And I'm gonna go into great detail on explaining how to play it the way Dime used to play it. Without further talk, let's get into the details of it. The tuning for today's lesson is in the original tuning, which is 425 standard D, and I did a full video in which I explain and talk about all the Pantera tunings from the Cowboys from Hell album to the Reinventing the Still, which you can check out here. There's obviously a lot of videos of this song or this part of the song in particular, but I have never found that is identical to the original one. And there's three main components that needs to happen in order to make it sound like the original. And these three components would be the following. Let's start with the easiest one first, and that would be the notes themselves. I'm gonna start just showing the chord, which is 3rd fret, 3rd on the A. It's a power chord, but it's also the octave there, which makes it sound a little more open instead of just a power chord. It's not just a power chord, but... And the same goes for the next chord, which is this one. And then for the third one, instead of just playing the 1st fret on the A and the D string, we're also gonna add the G3. Again, the octave of the lowest note. So these are the chords. Of course, you can play it on starting from the E string, but it would sound different. It's just more bassier, less articulate, like... You can hear the difference. Always before the chords, there's a muted open E string. Then comes the second component, which is the vibrato and the bending part. This one. Most of the times, people play it from the 1st fret with a half step, bending it up, release, and also after the release, people usually put a little vibrato there. Something like that. To my ears, there is actually not that much, if any, vibrato there. It's more like a... just a release and then the open string. And the other thing would be the bending itself. It's not a half step, it's a little lower than that. So instead of coming up to here, it's a little lower. So it's just a very slight little bend there. And I guess there's a little bit of vibrato, but it's more of just a little... It's more of an attitude. But I would much rather not do any vibrato, rather than do a half note and vibrato. So I'm just gonna demonstrate playing first maybe with the vibrato and the quarter note bend, and then I go with the slightly smaller bend without the vibrato. Twice both. Can you hear the difference? Very subtle, but it's a major difference. And then here we are, component number 3. Probably the most difficult one, and that would be the picking direction. Instead of picking it everything with the downstroke, which would be the most convenient and more comfortable way of doing it. Of course, there's the dime way, which includes actually only upstrokes instead. And that's what leads to another confusion, which I hear quite a lot, and that would be to add palm mutings there. So many people play it like this. Like adding a little bit of a mute before playing the vibrato and the bending. To me, to my ears, it's mainly because of the way you pick. And if you do it with an attitude, a little stronger, more accent, more emphasis on the picking. Then the way that you do the mutings with the right hand, that would give that extra little push that sounds a little bit like if it was muted, which is not really. I'm gonna play four times with only downstrokes and then upstrokes, and you tell me the difference. I'm gonna start with the upstroke and then go to the downstrokes. Could you tell the difference? It's very subtle, but it is there. So slowly, the whole thing. This part is less controversial. So on the record, it starts with muted power chords on the E string. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 3, and 4 power chords, and in between open E mutings. And then you start over. That transition can be tricky. So together, slowly. The way I used to play it was to start with the downstroke and then switch to the upstroke, which is a little easier and could be a nice step towards the real way. So it's always down, up, up, down, up, up. Like that. But this is not the way. Well, thank you very much. This was it for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson and hopefully even learned something from it. If you have any questions or suggestions, just feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Also, I got a Patreon site, so if you want to support and or get tabs and other exclusive contents, just make sure that you click on the link below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Have a lovely day. Ciao.